There has never been a time when Liam Gallagher of Oasis has been hesitant to make people angry. Fans adore Oasis' account of his clever insults and outspoken nature, both of which are essential components of his rock and roll image. On the other hand, this has resulted in various disagreements between him and his brother Noel Gallagher, which finally led to the dissolution of Oasis in 2009. Among the other people who have been the target of Liam's caustic tongue are the competitors of Britpop, Blur, specifically their leader Damon Albarn, Green Day's Billie Joe Armstrong, and Chris Martin of Coldplay, whom he have referred to as looking like a geography teacher. Both Liam and Noel look up to the Beatles as their musical heroes. The Fab Four have had a significant impact on the sound and style of Oasis. The use of piano chords that were similar to those found in John Lennon's song Imagine at the opening of Don't Look Back in Anger, the song Wonderwall deriving from George Harrison's track Wonderwall Music, and the mention of a yellow submarine in Supersonic were all examples. After Noel Gallagher made the statement in the 1990s that Oasis were more successful than the Beatles, Sir Paul McCartney responded with a lack of enthusiasm. After performing a duet together at Stella McCartney's 50th birthday celebration in 2021, Noel confessed that he felt bad about making the comment. He also mentioned that he and Sir Paul are close friends. A run-in with a Beatle has also occurred with Noel's brother, however. One of the most successful bands in the world, Oasis, rose to prominence after the publication of their first two albums titled Definitely Maybe and What's the Story Morning Glory, respectively, in the years 1994 and 1995. However, they did not make an impression on everyone. A number of them included George Harrison, who expressly expressed his concerns regarding Liam. With regard to the frontman of Oasis, George stated in an interview that took place in 1996, "He's a bit out of date. To put it simply, he is a bit of a fool. My heart goes out to him since I believe he has completely missed the bus. I feel a little terrible for him." Adding to his statement, George stated, "I believe it was demonstrated when you see the band without him singing. You know, they are more in tune. Just a bunch of extra luggage. The only thing he accomplished was to make people say, 'What a bunch of prannies they are.'" Although George did save some appreciation for Noel, he was not pleased by the band as a whole. His next statement was, "Noel, the person who writes the songs, is doing fine. The other guy, on the other hand, I don't believe they require his services because they don't have that much depth. Whoever is responsible for writing the tunes is also capable of singing, but it's possible that he's trying to keep him in the band because he's his brother." When asked about his reaction, Liam did not hold back. He stated, "If any of those old farts have a problem with me, then they should leave their Zimmer frames at home and I'll hold them up with a good right hook." However, he did express his admiration for the Beatles, but then proceeded to criticize George in a manner that was very out of character. "I still love the Beatles, and I still love George Harrison as a songwriter in the Beatles, but as a person, I think he's a fucking nipple," Liam continued. "I still really like the Beatles. I will fucking tell him if I ever have the opportunity to meet him. Nipple, if you are on the lookout for it." Moreover, Noel defended his brother by stating that George's impression of Liam was established on the basis of reports that were published in the media. George Harrison is not familiar with Liam, according to the singer-songwriter. "It is reasonable to assume that you would not like Liam if you never met him and just learned about him from the media. Nonetheless, you should refrain from making statements like that until you have had the opportunity to get to know him. All of us adore you, George. We think you're the best." The reunion tour for Oasis's Live 25 keeps going. Over the course of the previous 2 months, The has held performances in Cardiff, Manchester, London, Edinburgh, and Dublin. Now it is making its way to performances in North America.